You know, Morgan Evans and I both agree practice does not make perfect. That's a myth. Now, I always said perfect practice makes perfect. But the truth is, when Morgan recently said perfect practice makes progress, I had an aha moment. And I thought, that's really good. And then I added to it. I said, perfect practice makes perfect progress. So now you may be thinking, well, how do I get that? How do I achieve it? Well, first of all, you need a plan. And you want to create that plan to enable you to have a process. And it's this process that allows you to have just small shifts in both your mental game and your physical game, because that's going to lead to the perfect practice and the perfect progress. Now, this is all about having belief before evidence. I learned this concept when I was 20 years old from Coach Roy Roulette. He said, Dotti, he would be like this, you've got to feel it as if it's already happened. And read the books of Neville. So I did. But that belief before evidence is so important, because the mental mind game is what drives everything. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's what supports the physical. So I say that I take pickleball M&Ms. That's my mental mantra, because my goal is to make 100% of my serves. So I'm going to create something that connects the mental and the physical to actually help me do that, okay? So one of the things Sarah Ansbury did say when we were doing our PPR certification, she said, Dotti, I'm talking to you all, adults have a lot of different experiences, both specific and general. So most of them just kind of want to see it, give them some key tips, and then if they want, more details, they'll ask you. So I have a PDF that is very detailed that's going to go along with this. But I'm just going to kind of show you what I came up with, okay? So I come up here, I'm going to serve. I always make my serve. Come back, get another one. I always make my serve. Wow, that one went off. We got a little bit of wind here going deep, but what do I say? I always make my serve. Woo, right on the line. That was a good one. Deep and deep. Then come do another one. I always make my serve. Now, I want to come back real quick and give you the key points. First of all, when I say I point it towards where I want it to go, right there at that spot, over there making the serve in that court. And then when I bring my paddle back slowly, without a whole lot of movement, I'm going to inhale. And then as I hit the ball and say always, I'm going to exhale. Because think about it, have you ever tried to say always and inhale? It'd be like, always. So that forces me to breathe out. Now, why is that good? Because the nerves that happen beneath the surface of the iceberg often show up as fear and anxiety. Why? Mainly because we're not breathing. So that exhale is going to help me breathe. Always. And then I say, make my serve, and then I split step. Now, why do I do that? Well, think about it. And why am I coming and picking up a ball? Couldn't I just stand here and get a lot more serves in? But that's the practice that does not create good habits, because when in a pickleball game do you get to stand here and hit 100 serves? You don't. You hit one. If you win, you move over, unless you get a let and you get to reserve it. So I want to move to different spots on the court, pick up a ball, and also what I do, I pick up a different paddle. Why? Because what if you're in a tournament and something happens to your favorite paddle, and all of a sudden, oh, I can't play, I can't serve. So go and practice with the paddle. Now, this one is one of my favorites right now that I created. We can do it. It has special meaning right now as we're staying at home, because I believe together we can do it. ironically, I created this paddle over a year ago, but I sent it as a gift to astronaut Ann McClain just to thank her for being a part of our summit. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move and do different serves for both doubles and singles. Right here is where I stand for doubles, right here for singles, here for doubles going the other way, and here for, there for singles and here for doubles, right in the middle. I won't go to the corners. I was doing that, and then I realized I don't need to do anything that I don't do in a game situation. And that's why I'm serving and then split stepping, ready to get the return back. Being on the balls of my feet, slightly forward in balance. Here's one thing I learned when I coached at the University of Kentucky women's basketball. We didn't practice anything that we didn't do in a game. If we don't do it in a game, forget it. So each of these things, think about it, are something that you do in a game. Therefore, if I have to step off the line every time to come pick up a ball, guess what? When somebody calls a timeout in a tournament, that's not even going to faze me. I'm going to go, yippee, I'm going to get with my partner and talk strategy because I always make my serve. So these are the things you say. And whether you make it or you don't in the beginning, that's irrelevant. Think about this. If I said every time I always miss my serve, what do you think I would do the majority of times? There are no guarantees by having your mental mantra, but I'll guarantee this. You have a better chance of making it if you're saying something like, I always make my serve. So look for the PDF. It goes a lot more into the mental and physical connection. And this is how I'm going to start setting up all of my drills. Because again, the mental does not exist in a vacuum. If it's not connected to the physical, it's not going to mean anything. So thanks for watching. That's from Coach B. And remember this, the 6 P's. Number 1, a plan. Number 2, a process. Number 3, perfect practice. Number 4, 5 and 6 are perfect progress. Go create some great drills.